Hey, what's going on? I'm Brandon Bain, coming to you live from Coach's Corner with another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Every Wednesday, 5:30 from the center of the universe, Coach's Corner. You guys please hit like and share. Follow us on Facebook at Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Also, check out our YouTube channel, man. So, as you can see, I'm here tonight without my co-host, Mr. Dan Folds. He's all good. Everything's good there. He's just self-quarantined with the family, holding it down, man. So, as like many viewers out there, I'm sure we're all just kind of waiting at home, seeing what this thing is going to do. So, hopefully, he gets back soon, and we get back to some normality in life. Coaches is going to start operating under the COVID-19 codes for the county. So after today, there's going to be no more dining in. Unfortunately, I hate it. That sucks. We're, going to have to close the doors. We are going to do, curbside, to-go food. John's got all kinds of different barbecue out there, smoking on the smoker. We got ribs, chicken, butts, all kinds of different stuff. He's doing what he can. Also going to be selling some unopened alcohol beverages if you need those. Make sure you come by Coach's Corner, show some support to somebody who has always supported the community. You guys come check us out. Still going to be here through all your COVID-19 needs. The virus itself is still kind of putting a pause on NASCAR. We're kind of waiting to see in the sports world if anything new that's going on other than ESPN 8, which I'm sure everybody's checked out at least once since this started, which is pretty interesting. If you haven't, go check that out. It's pretty neat stuff. The big thing is we got to see a little bit of a e-race pro invitational last week on iRacing, which was pretty cool. Wasn't exactly the hugest fan of it. Seeing one on TV kind of opened the eyes a little bit. It's definitely neat, entertaining, gives you something to watch. Very interesting to watch how these guys that come in and dominate the actual sport of NASCAR fare kind of horribly at this e-racing. A few guys obviously were good that do it a lot. You could tell who's run a lot of laps. But it definitely entertaining, very interesting. So still looks like right now we're on for Martinsville is in May as far as I read. Obviously that's going to, depend on what this virus does for us. If it goes away, starts dissipating, definitely I think you'll see it pick back up. And that's what me as a huge NASCAR fan, I'm waiting for. I'm ready to see some cars on the track. I'm ready to see some drama, some, high-speed action, man. That's what I'm ready for. So, Had the e-race live up here at Coach's last weekend. Had a couple people walk by and asked if it was a replay of a previous race or if they were racing this weekend. So it was interesting to see how many people had no clue it was a simulated race. Very, very different, very new. I will give NASCAR and the competitors in that sport props that here we are during this time of need of no sports other than reruns. They are doing something a little different to try to at least interact with fans and get some feedback on it. And, at one point in time last week, it was the most trending thing on Twitter, man. I think it had almost 1 million watchers at one point in time. That's big business, man, for something that, is new. So definitely might be a market for some of that kind of stuff going on. And I think it'll venture not only into NASCAR as far as virtual simulation, but you will see video games and different things like that. I think if somebody devotes some money and gets some time, you might see a channel take off a little bit. People are interested in watching that. So definitely neat to see. I got my spray up here with me tonight, so you'll see me spray and flip a script. So we're going to go ahead and go right into the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, obviously we're talking about e-racing. The good was definitely seeing it be on national television, man. I mean, I thought it was great. You had great graphics. You had great commentary. A lot of good feedback from some of the pro drivers that were involved in it and ran in it. I think it was pretty interesting. I logged in for a while, watched the beginning, and I was doing some stuff around the house and caught the end. I think it's very interesting. Definitely got good potential there, and it's something to keep some sponsors happy and avid NASCAR fans out there interested in the sport. Also, I think it might be a new way to attract some new minds to the sport too. So be interesting to see where that goes. The bad, I'm going to say, is it's not real racing. That's the bad. The hands-on interaction with drivers you get, the smells, sounds, feels of a racetrack you do not get. You know, 3 resets after you total your car, you do not get, and obviously these things do not handle like a real race car. But it's just a bad deal on that part. And now the ugly. Man, the ugly is going to be these guys out here that are die-hard NASCAR fans, not open-minded to seeing something else. As I stated last week, eRacing and iRacing is not actual racing. This is not something that you are going to do and then you're just going to hop right into this car and that's what you're going to do. You're not doing that. What you're going to do is, this is a different form of like going out and taking batting practice, or throwing a pitch 1,000 times until you perfect it, throwing a route in NFL, shooting free throws. It's the same type scenario. You do this to log laps behind the wheel to get feedback on different maybe insights on the track, or insights on things where you can change your game. If you're running it too hard too early, if you're laying back too long and not getting the full amount of your tires. There's just so many different variables that this helps. But definitely the ugly was people hating on that. You know, I always say it. I say it for people that don't like any sport or anything. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's that easy. But if you don't watch it or you're not involved in it, don't feel like you have room to comment on it. Just leave it be. So with that being said, the damn trolls out here, man, we're going to go ahead and start the swear bucket out. So got our swear bucket going. That's my $1 for the swear bucket. And I mean, you know, we're gonna keep it rolling here at Coaches, man. We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep doing our thing. This is, like I said, all again there for charity. That is one of the biggest things that we have to do. It's here for charity. Ronald McDonald House of the Coastal Empire. That's what we're doing this for. So we're gonna go ahead, and what we're gonna do is skip right into the winner of the week. So obviously, if you watched the race last week, you saw Denny Hamlin and Dale Jr. had a good little battle there for a while, and Denny ran back up through there, man. So we're going to donate our $11 to the Ronald McDonald House, Coastal Empire. Yeah, we're over $200, man. We're still on goal. Even with this being shut down all season, we're still going to raise over $1,500. And with that being said, we can go over that. All we need is the viewers, people that are watching. Come by Coaches, donate $1, donate 50 cents, donate 20 cents, donate $10, $100, donate whatever you can donate of a time of need, especially in a crisis we're going through now. You know, some families out there, there's no telling what might happen tomorrow, and we all have family members, but some families don't. So let's just keep that in mind. Do what you can, spare where you can, and you know, support your local economy while all this is going on. So definitely cool, definitely neat. So we're gonna go to the mailbag. I've got 3 questions here, and one of the questions is, how will NASCAR make up these missed races? The biggest thing that I can say from what I've read, they were talking about, obviously it has 3 off weeks. Has 3 off weeks during the season. We're going to miss more than 6 races, 5 races if we start in May. So with that being said, definitely have to use all 3 of those bye weeks to race straight through the season. Extending the season is also another option, which I don't know. It's a very long running season. Off in November, you have December, January, and you turn right around, you're back in it in February again. So that's another problem we're going to run into. Then I've also heard running midweek, and logistic nightmare, I'm sure, for these teams. Obviously, these big money teams have multiple haulers. They got a couple things they can do. They can send a car to one area where it's there ready staged to go while they're racing another race. These smaller teams, it's going to kill. It's a logistics nightmare. Just the laps you're logging, miles you're logging, the fuel you're burning just to get to these races, and the wear and tear you're taking on these drivers. So my best bet is probably going to be a shortened season, maybe if they extend the season. But as far as running midweek races, I just think if you have a race that's due on Sunday and you have to be somewhere Thursday to race again and it rains, here we are, we're running into the same problems that we've been running into from the get, and that's missing races or postponing races. So definitely going to be difficult. Question number 2 is, will Fox televise any more eNASCAR races? I am going to say that definitely, if they had 1 million people watching this at one point in time, I'm definitely going to say Fox is going to be on the bandwagon for that. That's a pretty good number, considering there's no competition out there other than reruns on sports. This is going to be your only live action thing that's going on. Obviously, you have some ESPN 8 stuff, like I mentioned earlier. You also have, you know, some other sports, cricket and stuff, I think, still live in some areas. I'm not sure if it is or not, but you got that to check out. So, like I said, I would definitely say they will. I know they're running another one this week at Texas. I don't know if it's televised or not, but I do know there are going to be some drivers that are in it. Obviously, I know Kyle Busch, after his performance last week in that one, has been posting a lot of stuff of just him in practicing iRacing. So I definitely see the competitor side in him coming out. He wants to be the best, obviously, at everything he does. We all know that. But he's logging laps. He's trying to get better. So I think it'll definitely evolve into something. Definitely, you might see something come out of his charity for this global event that we're dealing with right now, man. There's no telling. But just at the end of the day, all these things would be great things for the sport. Great views, great fan attention you might not normally get from new prospects of fans. So definitely spreading the tentacles of NASCAR out there and touching some realms they don't normally touch. So I'm happy to see that. Thanks, guys, again for watching Facebook Live. You know, YouTube followers, I appreciate y'all. Like I said, like and share, follow us. Continue to promote us, man. Love doing this every Wednesday. Going to keep it going as long as possible. Promise you guys that. So here we go on our cheers segment, man. We're going to say cheers to Buddy Baker today. This is a untouched realm in his day. So what it is 50 years ago today, Buddy Baker set the speed record in NASCAR, man. He broke 200 miles an hour, which is very interesting. They had a little thing, a snippet of it, interview type thing with him after the race. And it talked about him saying, hey, I'm going to go for the next one. What is it, 225, 250. They told him it was 300 miles an hour, and he said, no, I feel pretty good at 200. So it's a pretty good story there, man. But yeah, hard to believe, especially in the equipment that he had, the way these cars were. It was nowhere near today. And for somebody to engineer a car to run that fast back then, it's definitely amazing. Definitely a feat of mechanical engineering. So awesome to see. Awesome to see. So with that being said, we're going to give our shouts out to Kenny Rogers today, man. R.I.P. Kenny Rogers. He was in a NASCAR movie, man. What we're doing is we're going to ask all of our fans out there, our followers and our watchers, we're going to ask you guys to post what is your favorite NASCAR movie of all time. I mean, obviously there's a few that come to mind with Talladega Nights. You got Pixar's Cars. Stroker Ace, my all-time favorite, obviously Days of Thunder. That's just, that was it. That's what it is. But like I said, comment, let us know what your favorite was. Let us know if you got some other ones out there that we're sleeping on that we need to check out. Let us know. Feedback's great, man. We appreciate it. The next thing that I'm going to say is we're ready for this bad virus to be over with globally. We want it to be done. Ready for everybody to get their lives back normality. This isn't just affecting people in your local towns, your states, your districts, or anything. This is affecting people worldwide. So it does need to be taken seriously. Actions do need to be taken to keep your loved ones safe that are, from other ailments, breathing ailments, immune system weakness, all of this. Obviously, they're wanting everybody to self-quarantine, kind of keep yourself in check. It's hard for a guy like me. I like to go. I like to be places. This limits our places. In our county alone, man, we're shut down. Our beaches are shut down. Our to-go drinks are shut down, which is huge for Savannah, man. We have open alcohol carry here. So you're able to go into a bar and say, hey, I want a beer to go, grab your beer, go walk around, see the sights. It is absolutely killing our city right now at one of the most beautiful times that it is. There's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is take preventative measures to not spread this anymore, man. So everybody make sure you're washing your hands, staying away from your elders, phone calls, hand sanitizer, spray every time, every chance you get. But that's all we can do, man. So with that being said, we're going to move on to our grubbing. And what we're featuring today is going to be one of the butts that they're smoking up here at Coach's Corner. You can call ahead, pre-order your butt. This thing is amazing. They got butts, ribs, chickens. You just got to call, figure out what it is that they got going on. Pre-order your stuff. Yeah, if you can smell this in that camera, I promise you guys would be freaking dying right now. It smells amazing. But like I said, with that being said, support a guy who's been supporting community for over 20 years now. Come out, show your love. Get to some to-go food for the family, man. Barbecue to go. Still, there are other menu to go, curbside only. breaks John's heart to have to shut down the inside dining, but it's just a precautionary measure that we all have to take. We got guidelines we got to follow. It is what it is. But with that being said, please come out and support. Come out and support Coach's Corner. They make this possible every week for us. They do a lot of good in our community, a lot of good everywhere that they go. So like I said, definitely come by, check us out. Everything in the Sound Garden has been postponed, obviously. So your concerts that were coming up, everything that was coming up that everybody planned on coming to, as we all do, just know it's been postponed. Everybody that knows John knows it's going to happen. When this clears, it's going to be rocking up here, man. So definitely make sure you stay in touch, stay tuned, check out the Facebook page. You know, like I said, support your local economy, man. Come by and get some of this great barbecue, some great food from Coach's Corner. Last recap of the show. Like I said, there again, man, hit like and share our stuff. Follow us, man. Spread the word, spread the gospel for us. We're out here just trying to have a good time. Good guys, stay positive. Give everybody something positive to watch instead of nothing but bad news, which is 9 times out of 10 what we wake up to every day. So let's just stay positive, man. Stay safe out there. Until next week, we'll see y'all then, man. And like I said, shout out to my co-host, Mr. Dan Folds, is going to be back sooner than later. I promise you that. I know the man. He's definitely coming back. So, like I said, stay tuned, guys. Follow us. Stay in touch for next week's episode, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Awesome.